Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever you're watching this video, this is KR Bhardwaj. I always welcome you to my channel, Fun of English Education, where we dive deep into the fascinating world of the English language. Today, we are going to learn about relative pronouns that. This is the 10th video of pronoun and 4th video of relative pronoun. A quick recall what we have learned about relative pronoun till now in relative pronouns video. In the very first video of relative pronoun, which was the 7th video of pronoun, we learned about uses of who and whom. Who and whom are used for human being. Now, I also taught you who is used for subjective case and whom is used for objective case. And in the second video of relative pronoun, which was the 8th video of pronoun, we learned about uses of which is used for non-human beings. Non-human beings means animals, objects and things, which is used for animals, things and objects. When we talk about selection and choice, in this case we use which for human being as well. And in the very last video, which was the third video of relative pronoun, we learned about uses of whose. Whose is used for human being when we talk about to show possession. I explained each and everything. If we have to show possession with non-human beings like animals, objects and things, we use the plus noun plus of which. I explained you each and everything how to show possession with non-human beings, with animals, with things and with objects. Example, I had a dog whose name was Rocky. This is an incorrect sentence. When we talk about competitive examination point of view, this is an incorrect sentence. Correction, I had a dog the name of which was Rocky. This is a correct sentence. You must have heard some people say, I had a dog whose name was Rocky. Okay, in formal English it is used, but guys, point to be noted, this sentence is incorrect. If you haven't watched previous videos, please go to the description and watch. The links of all the videos have been given in the description. Go to the description and watch previous video for better understanding. Let's start learning about relative pronoun that. Guys, first now question rises over here. What is the need behind using relative pronoun that? Okay, while we have other relative pronouns, who, whom, whose, which. So what is the need behind using that as a relative pronoun? Guys, as you know, relative pronoun who is used for human being for subjective case, whom is used for human being objective case, and when we talk about whose is used for human being to show possession, and when we talk about which is used for non-human being and human being both. When we talk about selection and choice, in this case we use which for human being as well, and otherwise which is used for animals, objects and things. I hope you know each and everything. You have watched previous videos. If you have watched previous videos, you know very well about it. So guys, point to be noted here. There are three sentences, okay, that is used in three terms. Guys, point to be noted, there are some rules of using that as a relative pronoun. We will learn each and everything step by step. First, guys, point to be noted, I will explain you each and everything step by step. First, okay, here are three examples when we use that as a relative pronoun. What is the need behind using that as a relative pronoun? First example, the girl and her bag dash dash were found near the station. As you know, when we talk about human being, we use who for subjective case. The girl who was. Guys, point to be noted, here are two antecedent. I will tell you why were. I have written were. This is the verb. This is the main verb of the sentence. The girl and her bag. Okay. Who is for subjective case. Guys, point to be noted, who. The girl and her bag who were found near the station. It's an incorrect sentence. Why? Because guys, point of who is used, you know, guys, point to be noted, as you know, who is used for human being subjective case, yes, as a relative pronoun. Who is used for human being? The girl, Okay, this is an antecedent. The girl is an antecedent. Guys, point to be noted. I hope you know about antecedent. Okay, here are two antecedents. First, the girl, and second, her bag. Okay, so if there were only one antecedent, in this case we use who. Guys, okay, only one antecedent, girl. Okay, in this case we use whom. Okay, we would use whom as a relative pronoun. But guys, point to be noted, here there are two antecedents. First the girl and second the bag. In this case we don't use who. And when we talk about which, for non-human being, her bag, it's a thing, you know very well, it's an object, so we use which for this. No, we can't use both. Okay, for girl we use whom, but for an object we use which. Okay, non-human being. Guys, point to be noted, here there are two antecedents. One is human being and another one is non-human being, non-living being. Okay, an object. Her bag is object. In this case we use relative pronoun that. Guys, point to be noted, first rule, first term, okay, of using that as a relative pronoun. I'm so sorry, not the, it's that. Okay, when we have two antecedents, one human being and another one non-human being, in this case we use relative pronoun that. As you know, who is used for human being, girl. Only if there were only one antecedent, human being, girl, in this case we use who. The girl who was found near the station. Correct sentence. Okay, her bag, her bag. Okay, bag, the bag which was found near the station, it's also a correct sentence. Okay guys, point to me, but here there are two antecedents. First girl, there are two nouns. First girl, her human being. Second her bag, okay, non-human being, an object. In this case one human being, here one human being and one non-human being, an object. If you have two antecedent, one is human being, another one is non-human being, in this case we use relative pronoun that. I hope you understood. In the next slide we will learn each and everything step by step. Okay, and second rule, this is used, I'm sorry, this is the only boy dash dash can crack this exam. Okay, this is the only boy dash dash who, boy, you know, human being. I hope you know human being who. Antecedent is boy over here. This is the only boy who can crack this exam. I'm so sorry guys, this is an incorrect sentence. Why? Because there are some words, when these words are used with antecedent, we use that as a relative pronoun. All words, all, the only, the same, the few, the little, none, nothing, everything, something, etc., etc. Guys, point to be noted, these words, if these words are used with antecedent, we use that, not whom, not who, not which, not whose. Guys, point to be noted, as a relative pronoun that is used. I repeat, okay, here this is the only sentence, the only boy, the only girl, the only pen, the only cat, the only student. In this case we use that, not who, not which. I hope you understood. This is the only boy, this is the same boy, not who, that can crack the examination. This is the same girl who won the first prize. No, this is the same girl that won the first prize will be the correct answer. Okay, this is the same, this is the only boy, this is the same boy that, not who. Don't, okay, you don't be confused. Why? Okay, there are some words, all, the same, the only, the few, the little, none, nothing, everything, something, etc., etc. With these words we use relative pronoun that. Okay, I repeat, when, all, the same, the only, the little, the few, nothing, none, nobody, somebody, anybody, everybody, these words are used with antecedent. In this case we use that as a relative pronoun, not who, not which. Guys, point to be noted, that's why antecedent here. That's why that has been used as a relative pronoun. This is the only boy that can crack this exam. Not this is the only boy who will be incorrect relative pronoun. And third, she is the most intelligent girl dash dash I have ever seen. Guys, point of view note, girl is an antecedent. Okay, what we have to write who. No, it's an incorrect sentence. What we have to write, we have to use that as a relative pronoun. I'm so sorry. Okay, that. Why? Guys, point to be noted. Third, when we use superlative degree in a sentence, in this case, we use that as a relative pronoun. Here, she is the most intelligent. The most, as you know, the most is a superlative degree. I hope you know about superlative degrees. I haven't taught you. I'm so sorry. I haven't taught you about adjectives. Next chapter will be adjective. Okay, we will learn. If you are watching this video previously, please check playlist. Maybe adjective has been completed. So she is the most intelligent girl. Not who I have ever seen. No, not whom I have ever seen. What? That I have ever seen. This is the most intelligent girl that I have ever seen. I repeat, relative pronoun that is used in three situations. First, when there are two antecedents in a sentence. First, human being. Second, non-human being. Objects. It could be animal and it could be things. Okay, a thing. In this case, we use that. Why? That is used for why? Who is used for human being and which is used for non-human being. When both the antecedents have been given in the sentence. In this case, we use that. Second, some words. All, the same, the only, few, little, none, nothing, nobody, everything, etc. With these words are used with antecedent, we use that as a relative pronoun. And when we talk about third, in superlative degree, with superlative degree, we use that as a relative pronoun. In the next slide, I will write some examples for better understanding. Okay, uses of that when two antecedents are given in a sentence. One human being and second one is a non-human being. If you want to take a screenshot, you can take. Have a look at the word. Here are some examples. First, the farmer and his dog dash dash are going to their farm. Guys, point to be noted here. There are two antecedents in the sentence. First, the farmer, and second, his dog. Farmer is a human being and his dog is non-human being. It's an animal. So what do you think about relative pronoun? Which relative pronoun is is written in this sentence? Okay, what will be the correct relative pronoun? For farmer, for human being, as you know, we use who for subjective case, whom for objective case. And when we talk about his dog is an animal. For animals, we use relative pronoun which. Non-human being, for non-human being, we use relative pronoun which. So what? Which one will be correct relative pronoun in this sentence? What and whose? Guys, point to be noted here. That will be written. That will be the correct. Now this that is the correct relative pronoun in the sentence. Why? Because here there are two antecedents of this relative pronoun. First, human being. Second, non-human being. The farmer and his dog. If there were only one antecedent, okay, farmer, a human being, in this case answer would be who. For his dog, answer would be which. But here there are two antecedents. In this case we use as you know, when we have two antecedents, one is human being, second one is non-human being. In this case we don't have other choice. Okay, we don't use both. In this case we use that as a relative pronoun. I hope you understood. Guys, point to be noted here. Verb is are. There are two antecedents, singular and singular, plus singular plural. Verb is plural. As you know, relative pronoun takes verb according to the antecedent. Here there are two antecedents, that's why verb is plural. For the farmer first, his dog second, that's why are going to their farm. And when we talk about second sentence, the girl and her cat. Okay, cat is an animal and girl is a human being. In this case we don't use which and we don't write who. So what we have to write? We have to write that. The girl and her cat that are generally seen around. Here around are not seen today. Guys, point unity are not, okay? Girls that are not seen today. Okay? And here the book and its cover. Here, okay? What about you? That were kept on the table. The book and its cover. Here there are two antecedents. First is the book and second the cover that were kept on the table. I'm so sorry guys, this is an incorrect sentence. We don't use that when we have two non-living things. Guys, point to be noted. Book is an object, it's also an object. There are two antecedents in this sentence, but guys, point to be noted, both are non-human beings. In this case we don't use that. What we have to use? We have to use which as a relative pronoun. Why which? As you know, which is used for human being. Guys, point to be noted, if there are two antecedents, two or more antecedents in a sentence, one is human being, another one is non-human being. In this case we use that. Otherwise, if there are two antecedents in a sentence, both are human beings, in this case we use who for subjective case, whom for objective case. When we talk about if there are two antecedents, both are non-human beings, both are animals, both are things, both are objects, in this case we use which as a relative pronoun. I hope you understood. In the next slide we will learn uses of that as a relative pronoun when all, the same, the only, the little, the few, none, nothing, nobody, everybody, everything will be used with antecedent. Okay, in this case we use the relative pronoun that. If you want to take a screenshot, you can take. Have a look at the word. Here are some examples. First, all that glitters, not gold. You must have heard this. You know, all that glitters is not gold. You know, everything that shines is not gold. All that glitters is not gold. Here all is, when we talk about all that, guys, point to note it, all, with all we use that. All that glitters, everything, you know, all means it could be human being, it could be non-human being, it could be animal, objects. All that glitters is not gold. Okay guys, point to be noted. But with all we can use who. Okay, when we talk about human being, when antecedent is human being, all these students who are playing in the ground. Okay, it's a correction, all these students who are playing in the ground. Okay, this is a correct sentence. But when we talk about all that glitters is not gold, here we are talking about all. It could be human being, it could be a thing, it could be an object, it could be an animal. You know, all that glitters is not gold. This is the same girl that I hate. This is the same girl. Guys, point to be noted. Because of the same. Okay, because of same, we have to use we have to use that as a relative pronoun. We have to write relative pronoun that. Otherwise this sentence, okay, if this sentence were this is the girl who I hate, I'm sorry, whom I hate, will be the correct answer. This is the girl whom I hate. Correct? When you write this is the same girl that I write, we can't write this is the same girl whom I hate. No, because of the same, the only, the little, the few, we have to use relative pronoun that, not which and whom and whose. You have asked the same question that he asked. Guys, point to be noted. You have asked the same question that he asked. Question is an of, no, it's a non-human being. You have asked the same question that he asked. Guys, point to me note, if this sentence, if you write this sentence, you have asked the question which he asked. It's a correct sentence. Because of the same, we have to use relative pronoun that. Okay, same, the only, when these words are used with antecedent, we use that as a relative pronoun. She gave me everything that she had. She gave me everything that she had. Here, give me everything. Because of everything, she gave me everything. Money, whatever you want, she gave me health. She gave me everything that she had. Relative pronoun that is used when antecedent is everything, nothing, none, etc. etc. Somebody, okay, nobody. There is something that I want to share with you. There is something that I want to share with you. Here, something is an antecedent. Relative pronoun that is used when antecedent is something, everything, anything, nothing, none, everybody, nobody. Okay? He got the little money. He got the little money that he lost. Okay? The little, the few, the same. With them, we use that as a relative pronoun. He is the only doctor that can save her. He is the only doctor. He is the only doctor that can save her. Guys, point even to he is the doctor who can save her will be the correct answer. Okay, if only is not in the sentence. Okay, if you write only, then in this case we have used that as a relative pronoun. I hope you understood. In the next slide, we will learn that as a relative pronoun we use with superlative degree. Okay, if you want to take a screenshot, you can take. Have a look at the word. Here are some examples that is used when antecedent is used with superlative degree. Okay, superlative degree. This is the most sold book. Guys, point to the most sold. The most is over here a superlative degree. This is the most sold book that I have bought. That is a relative pronoun. We use that when antecedent is written with superlative degree. When superlative degree is used with antecedent. Okay, both you can say whatever you want to say. He is the most intelligent boy. Guys, point to be noted here. This is the book. Guys, point to be noted. If this sentence, if you write this sentence, this is the book. This is the book which I have bought. Guys, in this case, we have to use which, not that. Because of the most, we have to use that as a relative pronoun. He is the most intelligent boy that I have known, that I have seen, I have ever seen, whatever you want to say. He is the most intelligent boy, okay, that I have seen, that I have known, that I have ever seen, whatever you want to say. Because of most, because of superlative degree, we have to use right relative pronoun that. Otherwise, this sentence, if you write this sentence, this is the boy whom I have ever seen. Guys, point to be noted, you can say this is the boy, this is the intelligent boy. I'm so sorry, this is the intelligent boy. Okay, whom I have ever seen. In this case, we have to use whom. Objective case. For objective case, for human being, we use whom. The tallest building that is in my city, in my whatever you want to say, in my village, in my city, in my buildings, tallest buildings are found in the city. The tallest building, tallest is a superlative degree. Okay, that is in my city. In this case, we use that with superlative degree. You are the tallest man that I know. You are the tallest man that I know. Man is a human being. We don't use who. We don't use whom when superlative degree is used with antecedent. Okay, yes, that's why correct answer is that. You are the man that I know. Guys, point to be noted, this is an incorrect sentence. Okay, you are the man. Here in this sentence, we haven't used superlative degree. We haven't written any words. All the same, the only, the little, the few, any words with antecedent. Here, antecedent is a human being, man. You are the man, not that whom, guys, point to be noted, whom I know, objective case. I hope you understood. Guys, we have learned three rules, three terms of using that as a relative pronoun. First, when we have two antecedents, one is human being, second one is non-human being. In this case, we use relative pronoun that. And second, with some words, all, the same, the only, the few, the little, none, nothing, nobody, everybody, somebody. With these words, we use relative pronoun that. Okay, when these words are written with antecedents. And when we talk about third, with superlative degree, when superlative degree has been given with antecedent, when we use superlative degree with antecedent, in this case we use relative pronoun that, not who, not whom, not which. I hope you have enjoyed this lesson. I would love to finish this video over here. If you have found this video helpful, please don't forget like, subscribe, and in the next video we will learn about relative pronoun what. I'm looking forward to meeting you in the next video. Till then, take care, goodbye, have fun.